Wow. So we finally get some answers. Virgil Ortiz Sr., ladies and gentlemen, has finally responded to Oscar De La Hoya's Clapback Thursday video that he dropped a couple weeks ago. In that Clapback Thursday video, he puts a clip of Virgil Ortiz Sr. getting into a scuffle backstage with what he calls a heckler, somebody part of Erickson Lubin's montage. Virgil Ortiz Sr. gives his side of the story. If you don't remember this Clapback Thursday, I'm going to go ahead and play it for you guys. He basically tries to expose and make Virgil Ortiz Sr. look real bad. But Sr. gives us his answers, gives us exactly what happened in that whole situation. First, here's the clip of Oscar De La Hoya's Clapback Thursday.
I generously gave you $200,000. Did you forget about that? These are the facts, folks. Oh, and we had to constantly deal with your hothead father, who couldn't be less gracious or appreciative. And if you don't believe me, let me show you something, everybody. Here's a clip of the night before Virgil's last fight in November 2025, where his father got into a fist fight with a heckler, and my Golden Boy employees had to break it up while he was rolling around the floor of the hotel lobby shirtless. I mean, of course, my team was kind enough to protect you, Virgil, and begged the man your father assaulted not to press charges. Jesus Christ, this is the shit I have to deal with, and you're still this ungrateful?
Wow. Virgil Ortiz Sr. finally gave us his response. And there's a couple things that I want to talk about, man. First of all, I want to talk about Oscar De La Hoya not giving Virgil Ortiz a call. During those stages, he was diagnosed with rhambosis.
Not one time. When Virgil got sick from rhabdo, not one time did he call. He didn't sit here and hey, champ, are you okay? Hey, what can I do for you? Nothing. He was just gone. Nothing.
Yes, Virgil Ortiz Sr. claims that every time Virgil Ortiz was sick with thrombosis, Oscar De La Hoya never phone call, never called in to check in with Virgil Ortiz, and never lent the man money. Oscar De La Hoya claims he gave $200,000 generously to Virgil Ortiz.
I generously gave you $200,000. Did you forget about that?
Virgil Ortiz Sr. confirms that that was part of a signing bonus that Virgil Ortiz didn't even know himself. But it was part of a signing bonus for re-signing with Golden Boy Promotion.
Making shit up, saying, like my kids and stuff, just making shit up, saying, oh, the other thing, saying that he gave Virgil money and he treated him like family. Look, I'll show you, if we have to show our bank statements, tell him to show his too. Not one time did he ever give Virgil any money. Not one time.
Now he explains what happened in his take with that scuffle that went down that Oscar De La Hoya didn't really explain to us in his Clapback Thursday video. He says that the man that was part of Erickson Lubin's montage, a heckler, was running his mouth, getting as close to his back of like right here, and was saying racial slurs.
Lubin's fight, Virgil's fight with Lubin, you can see this in the weigh-ins. We're at the weigh-ins, and whoever was with their other team, or I don't know who he was one of them.
You know about Erickson Lubin, one of his friends or his team member,
or whoever he was. He walked all the way around, literally right behind us, like this close, and was pretty much calling us racial slurs. And he was saying, fuck Team Ortiz. I don't care about all that stuff. Nobody cares about that stuff. You hear it. But when you start saying some racial shit and my mom seeing this, and I don't know anybody here that will let their kids get called a racial slur, right?
Yes. Called Golden Boy Promotions, called Oscar De La Hoya, tried to warn these guys that you need to get these fools out of this hotel because something's gonna pop off. Oscar De La Hoya, nobody did anything, didn't even give Virgil Ortiz security around him or anything like that.
that video he posted about me and that scuffle that I'm a hot-headed and this and that. That's actually his fault. You know, that happened because of them. You know, we called a Golden Boy and we told him like, hey, if this guy's sitting in the hotel, we're gonna have an issue. Like, you know, you can be calling us what he's calling us, and we let them know. And they didn't do anything about it. They didn't. I assume they think tension sells the fight, but it doesn't sell the fight with us because we're for real. And there's no security there. They never had security for Virgil. And you know, the guy got there and things led to another, and that's it.
They get into the scuffle because he says, you know, he feels disrespected, the dude saying racial slurs. But then right after, everything ends up calming down. They shake hands and everything's cool. But Oscar De La Hoya does not include that in the video.
Now he posted that little video, but you know, but he doesn't post the how there's no security there, how it was just real quick. It wasn't like, oh, we went and tried to fight this guy, this and that. You know, went up to me, shook my hand, we talked, you know, we shook hands, hugged it, you know, we hugged. That guy's full of shit, you know. Yeah.
Oh, so you squashed it?
After the fight. Not after the fight. No. After that scuffle. So
oh, it was squashed even there. Okay. I didn't know that.
So he knew that we weren't doing. So you know, he's acting like you know, like kids and stuff, just making shit up.
It got so bad to a point where even Erickson Lubin's coach, Coach Kevin Cunningham, had to grab the dude that was part of Erickson Lubin's montage, grab him, and almost beat his ass himself. Yes. Listen to what Virgil Ortiz Sr. has to say.
It got so bad to the point that Lubin's coach, Coach K, got involved, pulled that guy to the side, and almost beat that dude's ass. Got involved, pulled that guy to the side, and almost beat that dude's ass. So if we're at fault, Coach K would have told me something. Anybody can go call Coach K and ask him that personally. He's going to tell you that he had to get involved.
I'll be honest with you, man. You know, Oscar De La Hoya has a great way of being able to stir things up, but not, you know, give the full breakdown of what actually happened. All he sees, you know, is a little altercation that goes down. And, you know, a video, you know, he's not actually there experiencing what's going down. But yet has just the nerve to speak about it and release footage that should have never been released. When it seems like Virgil Ortiz Sr., what he is saying, it does make sense why he was defending himself, right? If it was the other way around, it would be only right that the dude defends himself against Virgil Ortiz Sr. for being disrespectful like that. So it's understandable. He tried to warn Golden Boy Promotions. They tried to warn Oscar De La Hoya. Nobody came to response. And Oscar De La Hoya is lying about lending $200,000 to Virgil Ortiz just out of niceness. He said you could check bank statements. Release the bank statements. They've never let Virgil Ortiz Jr. a dime. And he never called us while Virgil Ortiz Jr. was sick. And because of that, we realized, wow, this is just business, man. This is just business. When you ain't putting money in the dude's pockets, they don't give a hell about you. They don't give a goddamn hell about you. But let me know what you guys think, ladies and gentlemen. I remember when Oscar De La Hoya released that clapback Thursday, we finally got a response from Virgil Ortiz Sr. Give me your guys' take in the comments below. Do you guys think Virgil Ortiz Sr. was right? Do you think, you know, he's telling the truth? And Oscar De La Hoya just made it seem, you know, a lot worse than what it is. Like if, you know, they were the ones who were starting the fights, trying to get loco. Let me know what you guys think. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts channel, and I'm